Hi folks, how are you doing? Welcome to another video. This is going to be the start of, in theory, a new series, which I'm hoping that you can help me with. So, as you're probably aware, sort of my MIG welder broke down, died of death earlier on in the week. Sorry, I've got fucking really itch. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my MIG welder broke down earlier on in the week, and my brother's actually lent me one, so I'm out of trouble there. I do want to save up, and I will get another MIG welder. I'm going to try and get some sponsorships as well. But I actually got given a TIG welder probably about 6 months ago, and yes, I did get given it by my old man. He bought a new one, and this is his old machine. He hardly used it. I don't really know why he bought a new one, to be quite honest with you, but it is what it is, and he's gave me this one. So I've done a little bit of TIG welding before. Where my old man used to work, the chap there, his nickname was actually Welder, and he showed me a couple of bits and bobs. Mostly just TIG fusion. I wasn't using any filler rod, and I never actually went through any of the setup of the welder. It was already set up, it just gave me a load of scrap and play. So yeah, this is what this series is going to be about, is me learning how to set the welder up, learn some stuff from you, going through other YouTube channels. I've had a look before with bits and bobs, you know, as we all do, and a lot of it is like for specific metals and stuff like that, if that makes sense. A lot of it's just like, oh, you're using X amount of steel with this rod and this, how to set it up, whatever. And I don't think videos like that are really helpful. I mean, certainly not to me. I mean, I'm a hands-on sort of bloke. You know, unless you've got, you know, a specific feed going in, unless everything's robotic, like a specific feed and your gas is set up, you know, them settings are no good. So what I'm going to try and do with this series is, as I'm learning, right, hopefully you will see what's happening with the metal, how it's reacting, and then how we combat to get a nice weld, if that makes sense. Well, that's the theory of it. I mean, obviously, I deal mostly in mild steel, you know, with cars. That's where I'm going to start. It's a metal I know, but then, you know, we can progress to sort of aluminium, stainless steel, and all sorts of other shit. So, rambling on a little bit here for the intro, but you know, is what it is. Let's go over to the welder, and I'll give you a quick tour of the beast, which is not a beast, it's just a yellow piece of shit. So that's the welder. It's a cobalt. It's 200 amps, so it's got some power behind it. It's also AC DC, so you should be able to do many things with it. But yeah, it's all this shit that I don't really know. I mean, some of this is obvious, like pre-gas flow, it's obvious, you know, your current. But I don't understand what base peak ratio is. I don't know what downslope is. I don't know what that is. Sort of, I don't know, I would have thought these two are the same. AC balance, post flow, I know what that is, that's for the gas. So yeah, it's going to be a learning curve. I think a lot of this is going to be for doing alien stuff. You know, the mild stuff should be relatively basic, I think. I don't know, I'm going to find out very shortly. So yeah, it's going to be a learning curve. So, first thing I'm going to do really is actually give it a quick sort of blow down, just covered in dust and shit, and then we actually need to fit a plug on, which I've already got out. So let's get it done.
If you want coffee about 4, come round.
Pardon?
If you want a coffee about 4 o'clock, come round.
I never drink, you know me, I'd never drink coffee.
Tea then.
I might do.
Cold drinks, you've got bad afternoon, so you've got to get rid of the cake and the coffee.
I might come out of cake.
Okay. About 4.
That was the farmer. Nice bloke. He gives us lots of shit. Plus he's going away next week, so like a lot of stock that's got to go. You know, like he was saying, like cake and that. So I'll take some home to Michelle later. brand spanking new gas bottle, which I purchased this morning. Let's get it strapped in. Right. I don't know what side that needs to be. So. I know you're probably screaming at me in the comments, but I do not know whether this is going to be needs to be on the negative or the positive. So I'm going to Google. Right. So we've learned something. So it needs to be on DC, and then it needs to be on the negative. Negative torch. The TIG torch is connected to the negative, and the earth lead is connected to the positive. There we go, we're learning. We're learning already, people. Right. We have a thing. One thing I do know I'm going to need to do is I'm going to give this tungsten a quick clean up. There's no point struggling, is there? Right, so I've cleaned the tungsten up. I've also gone through and I've just cut some scrap up and cleaned this up as well. I'm not going to fuck about, I'm literally just going to have a play. I'm going to ear the gas like I normally do, and then just wing the current, and we'll just see how it goes. So I'm just going to start off with a basic lap joint, no filler rod, have a play, get that dialed in, and then I'll do the same. Yeah, well, I'll just get this dialed in and see how it goes, see how cocky I get. Well, if I fail, then we're going to hit Google. I know there's probably a lot of you screaming at me right now, going, why don't do that? But it's the way I learn, you know, some people learn by reading shit, I learn by fucking up. You know, I think I broke my head about 5 times before I realised to move out of the way of the fist. Before I do anything, I'm going to fix this leak, because that's pissing out. That'll get expensive real quick. Go back in a second. Right, so take 2. The gas is now on, it's not leaking. I replaced this fucking shitty plastic hose. This fucking horrible shit with a nice bit of rubber, so that should be fine now. Right, so let's play. Let's see what it sounds like with gas. Always way too much. Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I've got it currently set to 22 amps. We're gonna see what that's like. More is needed. $55. That's not bad. It's going to maybe. Oh, that's sensitive. 60. Yeah, I welded the tungsten to the middle. I'll wait till that goes down, clean that up, and come back. Hold on. Show you what we did so far. So I don't think it's too bad. It's not a bad first effort, I don't think. Well, until I welded the tungsten to it. Yeah. It's a learning curve. It's the whole idea of scraps. So the weld was going alright, but then it just burn away. The lower temperature seems a little bit better. So let's move that over there. And 2 new pieces and we'll try it again. So, not bad, although that's still just a touch too hot. This feels very hot. But, not too bad. So, I'll show you that one as well. That was at 50 amps. So yeah, that was the second one. That was lower amps, but I had to slow down. So, that was the first one. You can see the heat's not dissipated so much. But this one has warped slightly and then it's still burnt. I don't quite know what was going on. Yeah, I'm gonna have a few more practices, see if I can dial it in. You don't need to keep watching me fuck about. Yeah, I'll show my findings in a second. So I've had a decent play. Tweak the settings and there's no real consistency. I don't think I'll clean the metal up properly. I do know with TIG, you do need to make sure the metal's cleaned up absolutely fucking spot on. So like this one here, you know, that was clearly fucking way too hot. And then like that one there wasn't too bad. Obviously I'm shit, but you know, I think the settings are pretty good there, just going through. But then on the same sort of settings, I was getting sort of this. So, I don't really know. Obviously this one was too hot again. So, yeah, I've just done that, cooled it down, which is better. I think it was a little bit too hot. So, that was the first bit that I did. The very, very first bit. So, I don't know. I'll try with another bit of metal later. So I'm going to give these a quick clean up with a wire brush. And I'm actually going to clean them with some brake cleaner and stuff as well. But then I'm actually going to try and do some using some filler rod. I haven't actually got any proper rod, so I'm just going to use some MIG wire. I have seen this technique done before, so I know it works. But yeah, it's just going to be a matter of giving that a go and see what abominations we can make. Thought I was doing alright there as well. I'll wait till that cools down and do it again. So that's really cleaned up. I've also turned the welder down to now 30 amps. So let's give it another go. I'd look at the back and it's pulling through, so it's clearly enough penetration, that's why I turned it down. So let's give it another go. Oh, you dickhead. Now I've joined everything together. Although that wasn't too bad. I don't think I wanted a little bit more heat maybe. No, I think that's about right. Hold on, let me show you. So there it is, that last weld there. You can see where the fucking wire's still stuck to it. I don't think that's too bad. I really don't. Obviously it is a fucking mess, but considering a first attempt at doing any sort of filler rod, I don't think that's too bad. I don't think that's too bad at all. Right, I'm going to call it done for this video. I need to get some practice in sort of feeding the wiring and holding the torch. I was stood up, sort of leaning over a wobbly bench. I know for a fact that doesn't help. I need to set myself something up so I can keep my hands steady, so I can try and get consistent. There's no point you watching me fuck about and keep burning me fucking tip into the metal. It's just going to be practice. That being said though, you know, if you've got any advice about amperage, different metals and stuff like that, please drop it in the comments. I know I've got a lot of friends on here that sort of know me relatively personally. We chat on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. Please don't message me directly, please put it in the comments. Like I said at the top of the video, this is to sort of teach everybody. You know, I mean, I'm a hands-on sort of person. I've got to learn hands-on, and just, you know, some of these other videos out there, they're just trying to teach you specifics. It's not ideal. You know, somebody seeing like the shit that's coming out, at least they can relate and go, oh look, my welds look like that. They may not know a technical terminology for what that specific thing is, but they might be able to go, ah, okay, that's what he's done. So please put it in the comments for everybody to see. I mean, it was a learning curve for me already today. Spending that extra minute cleaning the metal up with the brass wire brush, getting everything off of it, you know, I noticed the weld was so much cleaner. It really was. So, you know, I mean, I did know that. You know, I don't know why I even attempted. You know, I'm just so used to MIG welding, which is actually quite forgiving. Yeah, I should have spent more effort cleaning up. The other thing I noticed as well, I think I'm still welding too high. Hopefully you'll be able to tell me. That last bit that I did where I welded everything together, the filler rod and the tungsten, I did notice it was hot enough that it's warped to the metal, and that's why it caught in. I think it lifted up, and then that's how I got into the bottom tip. So yeah, like I said, it's a learning curve. So any advice, any tips, you know, please drop it my way. Like I said, I'm going to practice. I'm not going to change the settings too much. I'm just going to carry on practicing as well. I think we've got it dialed in pretty good now. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be a series and a learning curve. Once I've got the lap welding down, we'll tackle some butt welding. So please check out my friends in the description box below. Please like, subscribe. Please check out my merchandise store, which is Teespring, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye.